the Flash, bro. We're not. That's
so
annoying. Me and bro, it was good enough, bro.
Bro, it was good for the first 3 seasons, bro. After that,
For the first 2 seasons.
No, 3 seasons, bro. Savitar was like interesting.
No, stop. Savitar was horrible.
Savitar wasn't horrible, but I would say it was slowly downfall a bit.
Grant played Savitar good, but he didn't. The character, like, they just gave a different name for a different version of Barry, which made no sense.
What I don't like is pretty much in the middle of season 3, everything started revolving around Iris, and it was all about Iris. Like, oh, Barry did something successful, Iris fucking motivated him to do it. I'm like, no, this is bullshit.
I mean, to be honest, I could understand Iris's perspective. Like, it was bad, but at the same time, like, let's say you take yourself out of a speedster's shoes, and you're actually a normal human, right? And you're Iris, right? You see Barry constantly popping in and out of time, right? And he's constantly playing with the timeline or whatever the fuck he's doing, finding his enemies, always zooming around. You're always in one place as a regular human, and everyone you know is basically a speedster. Like, her kids already get introduced, and like her daughter got introduced, and like their kids or whatever the fuck got introduced, and like they're all, and then like characters are like, oh, you're gonna be pregnant, and she doesn't even know she's gonna be pregnant, and there's all this pressure that a normal human has to deal with, of like seeing her future relatives and people telling her she's gonna be pregnant and already writing out her future as a person, and Barry's over here encouraging it because he's happy that he's gonna have a family after losing his. It's just like, from her perspective, I can understand like why she was being a bitch for like the entire show, but like.
Okay, can we talk about that one fucking scene about after Barry found out the truth about Nora working with Thawne?
Yeah, but Nora was not meant to be in that timeline in the first place, bro. She was not meant to be in that timeline in the first place.
Obviously.
She's gonna leave it.
I understand that. But do you agree with Iris that she was pissed that he took her back without her saying goodbye? Or do you agree with Barry? He's like, she was fucking working with Thawne. Fuck her.
Exactly, bro. I would say, bro, fuck her, bro. Take her back to her timeline.
She was working with the man that murdered my fucking mother in front of me at the age of 11. And then, fucking, I got struck by lightning because of that. And then, even worse,
I mean, technically, Barry got struck by himself.
No.
Yeah, no, that's an irreversible.
Yeah.
Like, that's an irreversible. Like, like how there's like.
It was gonna happen.
Like, that happened in the story. Like, Barry always hitting himself with lightning. That's how he gets his powers. It's Barry giving himself his powers. Like, that's always been a thing. So. But honestly, the whole entire Thawne thing, like, literally, there were so many times they could have just talked it out, because that's all it is really with the Flash and the Reverse Flash. If they actually talked things out, like, I'm pretty sure he would be like, okay, well, yeah, you can go back to your timeline and do your thing or whatever. Because like, he's not really that bad of a person.
Can you like just not kill my mom when I'm 11, please?
I mean, he killed his mom because, like, how you have to think about it is like there was an original timeline. And then that timeline just kept getting fucked with, and then there's just different, different versions of both Thawne and Barry after that, like constantly becoming.
Yeah, constantly exchanging certain things.
I don't remember Flashpoint. What do you guys think of that?
I watched it.
Flashpoint was amazing. Well, not in the CW, but
I think when he came back to Flashpoint. And told everyone what happened, and they started freaking out.
Everyone was freaking out.
Whoa, watch your fucking tone. Nobody has their life worse than fucking Barry right now.
Yeah, because he's not like, wait, no,
Iris's mom literally passed away from natural causes.
I know, like, that was his problem though. Like, he should have never went back in time and saved his mom.
I disagree.
I mean, no, I also disagree because that's the point. That's the whole entire point of the Flash. It's just like when you really think about it, if you had all this power, if you were fast enough to literally go to any point in time, obviously you would be smart enough to know like time is gonna have a trickle effect, right? You change something, but at the same time, you who are basically, from Barry's perspective, he's alone. He's basically alone all the time, and he's devastated because he's so fast to the point. And like normal Barry, like he can't even have conversations with you because he basically has like ADHD. from being fast. Like everything's just so slow to him, and you know he can't have normal conversations. Oh, that's commentary. He can't really have normal conversations. He misses his parents. He lost his family. He's not really that. He's smart. He's